Heyo, what's up guys, welcome to today's video. Just a quick introduction here before the video starts. I am offering coaching and I've been coaching in solo queue for 3 years now. And the video you're about to see is basically me coaching one of my previous students who was interested in playing Kha Zix, who was gold on an A. And you basically see how a full session of me coaching a jungler looks like. And if you're interested in a coaching session yourself, then please go to the description down below the video and click on the coaching link, and then you will see all the information about me, who I've been coached by, champion pool that I've mastered in Survival Jungle. This has actually expanded, so if you want to see the updated version, then just click the link in the description, and then you can see the additional added champions, what to expect from a coaching session, the pricing, anywhere from $25 all the way up to $90. Offer team coaching as well for some amateur teams, and return policies. So if you're not happy with your coaching session, then within the next 2 weeks, just message me via email and just say, hey, I wasn't satisfied with the session, I was expecting more, and then you'll get your money back. So try a session, and then if you're not happy, you'll get your monies back. But by far, most people have enjoyed the session. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see some of you guys DM me on Discord regarding a coaching session. But otherwise, let's go to the video. Okay, I'm gonna screen share now. Just tell me if you can see the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, perfect.
Screen. Yep.
Do you have a preference in color that you would like me to use?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, anything's fine.
Let's just do the yellow one. It's classic.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is this ward right here. I see everyone put it level 1. So it's good that you put the ward level 1, I like that. But you need to put this one in a different place, because basically this ward is not going to give you any information in the river, because Skullcrab is going to spawn at 3:15 and this ward lasts until 2:10. So this ward is just not going to give you any useful information. So the places that you want to be putting it in, so you have 4 different places. So if you're scared of the enemy late invading you, or if you're scared of the enemy jungler will start your raptors, like a Kane, I've seen some Zac players do it, Lilia, champions like that, Hecarim, then you can put it like here for late invade, and here if you're scared of them taking raptors, because it gives you the vision, and this will basically cover if they go this way. So this will basically cover your bot side.
Got
On
it.
top
yeah,
side,
I see you do that in your games a lot.
Yeah, and for top side, there's not really like a place that covers the entire thing, and very rarely you will see people start on your blue buff when you're playing blue side. But there are some champions like Graves and Kindred and Nidalee that will start on red buff and invade you on your blue. So in order to prevent that, then that's where you put it like in the river to cover here, because they're gonna jump the wall right here. So it all depends like what champion you're playing against here. In this situation, you're playing against the Viego, so I don't think there's any threat from Viego invading you. So there's no point in putting these 2 defensive wards. You want to put offensive wards. So the first one is like you can ward right here to see if he starts on red, or you can put it.
You do that in a game.
Yeah. Or you can put it here to see when he's doing raptors. To see, so basically by the time he goes on raptors, either he has his blue or his red. And I will give you like the same information, like where did he start, what if his jungle camps are up, stuff like that. And for the other side, it will just be right here.
Yeah.
I'll say the best word would be here on top side, because since you're starting on bot side, Viego most likely, in my opinion, here should start on bot side. So you would get more information putting it here, like, oh, when is he taking his red buff? Can I invade him or put it here? I think those would be the best, since this word is just not going to give you any information. If I speed it up here, like, we are not going to see any champions.
Yeah.
Minions have spawned.
It does absolutely nothing, I think, this game.
This trinkets. This is good for control wards, but it's not good for regular
Yeah.
trinkets.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I actually went to try and invade his red buff, so having a ward there would have been really smart. Instead, I think I wasted time going there. I don't think I even got anything out of it. Could be wrong game. Yeah.
I like that you got sweeper as well. That's good. And you invade him. This is good. Katarina's gonna move before
Might have been,
when you queue the red buff here.
yeah, I just misplayed that really bad.
You do manage to get out here. Does Diana kill? She does. So fundamentally, you did everything correct. You did rip, blue grump into invading the enemy red. The reason why this doesn't work is because Viego is kiting the red buff into this bush, which kind of ruins the entire play. But you did fundamentally everything correct, and if Viego didn't pull it, then it would have been really good invade. When you're going for these type of invades, before you go for it, you need to look at the lanes. Like, you need to pay really good attention. So here you will see, okay, this guy's pushing, so Trundle will have a rough time going to help you here. And Diana is pushing, so she can actually move first, technically. But in lower elo, it doesn't really matter too much in terms of the lane prio, in terms of going for these invades, because rarely laners will actually move. What you need to pay attention to is when champions are actually moving from the map. So when you E over the wall here, I think Eing here is fine, by the way. Then you'll see, okay, Katarina's moving now. So when you see this, you need to figure out, like, okay, how am I actually gonna play this one out? Am I gonna fully commit onto the Viego? Am I gonna smite the red buff and jump out or flash out? Or what am I gonna do? Basically, you need to plan that as soon as you see this movement right here.
Yeah. I think I probably didn't see her rotate up, or I didn't pay attention to her rotating up that quickly, otherwise... Yeah, I don't know, I guess the correct play was... I mean, as far as defensive, just like flashing out.
Okay, so since this play is not over, apparently, I think smiting here is fine. But here, in this situation, you need to figure out, like, who is the easier target to kill. Is it to kill Set or is it to kill Katarina? So in terms of actually getting a kill, it's actually easy to kill the Katarina because she's more squishy than the Set, and Set has this W. So if you want to get a kill, you have to go on Katarina here. The W was fine, but then the issue is now you're trading onto a Set, which allows Katarina to move forward here.
Yeah, and that sets her up.
And then right here, it's pretty obvious that Katarina is gonna go on you. So you need to hold on to your W because you really need the HP. So you can either W the Scuttle for the HP, but I don't think that's as good as jump or Wing the Katarina. So basically, right here, use your W. But the issue is, first of all, she can E on top of you instantly. So she's gonna, like, jump on you and be behind you. So your W is just not gonna do anything. So what is better is to let her jump. You know that she's gonna be right here behind you, so you just fire it this way.
Backwards, yeah.
Because you will basically see it here.
Oh, somehow it hits like this.
So now she's behind, but you don't have your W, so you don't get 60 HP back, and she ends up killing you.
Wait, is there a mechanic that I'm not aware of? Like, so I hit her with my W before she jumped on me. Shouldn't I have... Did I not get HP back from that?
No, you only get HP when you're close.
Oh, wow. That's, embarrassing. Okay.
So if you stand here and you use W on a target that's right here, then you get HP. But if you use it like this, it's not gonna give you any HP.
Gotcha.
So this will give you, this won't. Yeah, that's why it's really important that when the champion is actually going to jump on you, you hold onto your W rather than just throwing it out there. Double longsword is fine. This just went really fast. Okay, let's see.
Ran it down. Watching this stuff is super cringe.
Okay, so this is good so far. So now again, you have to realize that your bot lane can never move, but your mid laner can technically move. But what you need to think, so this is basically something that I typically see. When you're going to a specific side of the map, you need to figure out what is my actual plan here. So the actual plan for you to go to bot scuttle is to actually go and kill the bot scuttle. It's not to go and kill Viego here. That's not the goal. That's not the reason why you went here in the first place. So if the opportunity happens where you see, okay, Viego is low on HP, then yes, your goal can change from, oh, I want to kill Skullcrab to, oh, I want to kill Viego. But just because you see Viego, and since he's actually a level up here, and he's full HP, you just don't have any kill pressure. And you basically got what you came here for. So therefore, there's no point in now staying onto bot side anymore. Now you basically want to go back to farming, because there's basically nothing else to go for here. This is not what happens. You jump instantly on top of him. And sure, you do some damage, but again, you're not even close to killing him here. Like, even if you had flash and auto Q, whatever, like, you're just not gonna die here.
Yeah.
Okay, we get a dragon. That's pretty good.
Do you think I should have ganked bot there, or continue farming was fine? I mean, did it? I mean, I just noticed that bot's like really pushed up. I don't know.
In this situation, I just wait for Malphite to hit 6. As soon as he's 6, I'll gank bot lane. In terms of the lanes that you want to gank in the early game, like, you can gank top lane, but you need to realize that ganking your top laner doesn't win you the game here. It can give you a lead, but it's not game changing. If you're looking for a lane that's actually game changing, it would be mid lane, because it's assassin versus assassin. They're both like carries. But in order to gank mid lane, you need to time it really, really well. You need to time it so that whenever Katarina jumps on top of Diana, that is when you basically go in. And that's very typical for assassins, because they're basically all in. Like, they basically, whenever they're going in, they're most likely going to go for the kill. So in an assassin versus assassin matchup, you can use it for any assassin matchup, basically. You need to look at, okay, how much HP do they have? So same situation as you versus Viego. When Viego was 100% HP, there was no kill pressure. So there's no point in paying attention to mid lane here. But let's say they're both 50% HP. So she only has 50% and Katarina only has 50% as well. Now that's a lot more interesting, because now both of them are in kill range for each other. So they're both looking for the outplay. So this is the time where you want to try and see, okay, if Katarina goes in here, we can basically kill her. So again, you need to just look at the HP and just wait for the right moment that whenever Katarina is going in, then you go in as well. So top lane, if it's a free kill, it can get you ahead, won't change the game. Mid lane can change the game, but requires like you timing it. And bot lane, you just want to camp every time Malphite has ulti. So yeah, it's just kills on cooldown basically on bot lane when he has 6.
Okay, but basically before 6, just don't even. I mean, it's probably not worth looking bottom unless it's like a very obvious kill opportunity.
Yeah, if they're low HP, pushing under tower, like sure you can go for the kill. But besides that, like they can't engage. Malphite is never gonna get in range. Escher can throw like an EQ, but MF's just gonna press EW. Senna's gonna press E, slow you. Like there's just no kill pressure again. At level 6 there's kill pressure. So at level 6 it's worth paying attention to bot lane. Right here, I don't like you starting the Rift Herald. I would rather have you go onto his red buff that is just spawning. Because Kha Zix is basically showing it on Viego at level 6. And this can basically give you a lead. Because right now, you should be aware of, okay, Viego should be topside because his red buff is up. So if we take a look, where is Viego? He's farming his wolves. Probably after this, he's going topside.
Yep.
So he's going towards top side. Which basically means that, yeah, you have top prio. You don't really have mid prio. But if it comes down to a fight, do you really win that? It's not guaranteed. So it is a bit risky going for this. Compared to going in here, I think it's a lot better. Because, yeah, you're basically stronger at level 6 than Viego is in a 1v1.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he's basically gonna go on it here. Oh, he doesn't even go on it. He actually knows that you're doing the Rift Herald. Will he contest it? No. But you get what I mean. Basically, it works out in this situation, but it could go wrong in a different situation. So I think going red here is better. It gives you the red buff, can give you a kill, and then you can take Rift Herald, or you could take his Crux or whatever. And then, yeah, it's just better to play that way, in my opinion, here.
I'm not sure what my score is at this point, but I think that, like, just getting a little bit... if I don't feel like I'm ahead, I just, like, start feeling like I can't invade for some reason. Maybe.
You just need to realize, like, the champion power spikes. Like, Kha Zix with his Rated Dirk is really strong. Kha Zix with level 6 is pretty strong. Kha Zix with Duskblade is really strong, so...
Yeah. And also, I mean, starting Herald there, I mean... if I'm feeling like I'm behind, like, forcing a fight there, probably wouldn't.
Yeah, if you knew Viego was bot side, it would be good, but we should basically realize that he was gonna go towards top side.
Oh, that jump. That was great. Not that I think it changed the outcome of it.
Yeah, this is basically what I mean. Now if I did 6, it skills on cooldown. This Rift Herald right here, I don't actually like. And the reason why I don't like it is because it's 5 platings, and you still have a lot cooldown on it. So right now you're not forced to put it anywhere, because you still have time on it. There's still 5 platings on every single tower, and yeah, basically you using it here only makes it harder to get the next platings, which basically means that, yeah, you got 2 platings, but
yeah, I
mean, the next 3 platings, you're probably not gonna get all of them. So I don't think it's good to use Rift Herald here. I'll just keep it. Okay, so now you have recalled. What do you think the next play is? Where would you like to go right now?
I feel like seeing top kind of fighting right now. I mean, HP is not low, but I mean, I'm looking top. I also really love clearing Gromp as Kha Zix, so I feel like I'd probably go clear Gromp and see what happens top lane, and if it looks like maybe something I can gank, maybe kill top.
So I don't think that's the best call, because you have a Drake that's coming up in less than 1 minute.
Oh yeah, oh, I didn't even see the yeah, okay, yeah, and Scuttle's up too. Yeah.
So I think it's better to go for Drake here, so basically play for bot side. Your Malphite doesn't have ulti, but you can basically try and time it, so you can basically take your bot side camps, you can maybe take the bot scutter crab. Meantime, you can maybe look for a mid gank, who knows, and then when Malphite has ulti, or if you just have prio on the lanes, then you can basically go for Drake.
That makes a lot of sense, and actually is what I ended up, well, looks like I went bottom side because I saw Dragon spawn. But this looks really forced. And I just gave up Dragon for free there. That was 100% my fault there too.
So the issue with this game is the fact that you don't have ulti. If you wait a little bit and you have ult, you can for sure kill. But you can't kill when you don't have ulti here.
7 seconds.
Also, your red smite could maybe have made you take a little less damage. You would have sure been dead, but maybe you could have traded 1 for 1 with it. But yeah, it was just overforced because you didn't have ulti. Okay, that's a good steal. Malphite has ult, he presses ult, you get a kill. It's not too bad, like you get the Drake, so I wouldn't say that's a bad play to make.
Oh yeah, Malphite starts stealing like all my camps. I love this shit. Nice.
I mean, if he's playing full AP, yeah, he is playing full AP. It's not bad
Yeah.
giving a Malphite resources, but he needs to learn when to take the camps and when not to. There's some times where laner's actually supposed to take it, but
Yeah, this guy, I think was a. That was. Like going on the turret there.
so in this situation, if you want to get this kill, it would only be because of Malphite ulting. So just
Yeah,
wait for him
let
to
him
ult
engage,
first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just don't go in. Unless if it's like half HP. So if he presses R, it's good, but since he kind of held on to it, it wasn't good.
Using my tools.
So you end up winning this fight, but the issue is that this Rift Herald basically does nothing. Like, it's completely fine for you to give up the
Yeah.
second Rift Herald. So if you end up in a similar situation and your laners can't fight it, then just give it up. Like, there's literally, like, you lose 100 gold and maybe a tower, but yeah, like, you can basically get 100 gold from, yeah, taking, like, Grump. So
Yeah.
giving the second one's completely fine. Giving the first one, you need to trade something, but yeah, the second one you can just give. And preferably you want to get the first one. So since you got the first one, unless the second one doesn't really make sense. Unless, of course, your laners are ready to fight and whatnot, then you can, but if they're not, it's not bad to give it.
Yeah.
I get Drake, that's good.
Killing spree. Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
Good dodge on the ZW, we get a kill, that's good. I'm not sure why I didn't just start the Rift Herald here. Cause, yeah, there's a ward here, but you can't clear it anyway, unless you have Sweeper, which you don't have up right now. So I'm not really sure why you're standing here that close to the wall instead of just starting the Rift Herald.
Yeah.
You're basically starting to auto attack, this is really bad. And then right here, when you see that she's jumping over, you can either smite this for HP, this will give you HP, or you can smite her so she does less damage, so you're basically forced to use her smite here instantly. Like, you need to just use it on either one. In this situation, if you're trying to fight her, I'd use it on her. If you're trying to just survive, I'll just smite Rift Herald for HP.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean,
But you don't usually smite. Like, I think if you just smited, you would maybe have lived until Diana would come. Who knows?
yeah. Maybe at least trade it or something. To pre-kill the cat. And I think cat takes
Blue team double kill.
Kill on cooldown again. W always good. Again, same issue as the first Rift Herald, you use it instantly. So in this situation, I think you actually have a like really good setup. So if you don't use this Rift Herald here, there's a Drake coming in 2 minutes and 10. So what I really love to do, this is like one of my favorite moves to do, and I actually don't see that many people do it, but in my opinion it's really effective. So you hold onto the Rift Herald until Drake's like about to spawn in, let's say, 40 seconds. Then you go to base, and then you put the Rift Herald from base, and then you let it walk towards topside. And then basically what this does is that now you'll have pressure on top, and you'll basically have prio. So you could send your Trundle with that Rift Herald, because he has TP in this situation. I think that will be completely fine. Or you can just let the Rift Herald go alone, and then Trundle just instantly goes. But basically what this does, it creates a timer for the enemy team to make a decision. So what are they gonna do? Is Seth gonna go to top lane to defend versus the Rift Herald? Or is he gonna stay for the fight but let the Rift Herald push? They basically need to figure out how they're gonna deal with this, because they basically have two problems at once, and they need to figure out a solution for both of them. So I think that's just a lot better than using it here. Even if you send a Rift Herald up on top and it gives you absolutely nothing on top, but you get the Drake, that's still so good for you.
Yeah.
Because this Rift Herald, I mean, maybe you're gonna get this tower, but I don't think this tower is as good as getting a Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the tower, but that's it.
Yeah.
So the issue with this fight is this is one of the fights that is very common in low elo. This is basically a pointless fight.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There is nothing to fight for here. Like, even if one team wins, and then they can't do Baron, because the fight will probably be so even looking at the gold that they're probably not gonna have enough HP and enough members to kill the Baron. There's essentially no reason to fight this. So in this situation, the best way to avoid this fight is by not staying and not engaging or baiting your teammates in any way. Then the fight most likely will not happen. If it does happen, then it at least is not your fault.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's basically zero reason to fight here. Like, you have a Drake spawning a 140, that's basically what you want to play for. Until then, like, preferably you don't want to use your flash, you don't want to use your smite. Depending on what ulti you have, you don't want to use your ulti, or you can use it depending on the timer of the ulti, of course. Basically, you want to save everything for the Drake fight, because that's basically the next play.
Yeah.
So there's just no point in taking this fight right here.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, I guess, like, what?
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Looking at the map at that point, what would it? I mean, like, what would have been like the better? I mean, obviously not fighting, but like, what would you have done in that situation? Like, would you just back and, like, I don't know, buy something? Because there's like literally nothing on the map.
Literally just like in this situation, make sure the enemy can't do Baron. So just put a ward, doesn't matter who puts it, can be a control ward, regular ward, whatever. Just have vision on the Baron so that they can't sneak it in a desperate attempt. That's step one. So step one would be ward on Baron. And then step two would probably be to reset. So basically make sure that you have as much gold as possible. Make sure you have a double control ward. Full HP, full mana. And then I would probably just... Well, then the next step would be set up the waves. So you would make sure the top wave is slowly pushing towards the enemy. Mid lane is slowly pushing. Bot lane is slowly pushing.
Wave management, yeah.
Yeah, basically set up waves. And then after that, you could probably farm bot camps. So farm bot camps. And then the last step would be bot river control.
Okay.
And then, yeah, basically if you do this, then you're basically gonna put the enemy in a really weird situation, because you have a Malphite ulti, you have a Diana that can engage, they have to walk through your W, they have to walk through Trundle E, It's gonna be really hard for the enemy team to get to you if you just get to bot river first. So that's just what it's all about. It's getting there first, get the control, let the enemy team come to you. So I'll basically do these 5 things. Set up for this Drake. Hopefully secure it. Once you get it, set up for Baron. Start pushing. The game should be over.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
The worst thing is like fighting here, because it makes the game just more coin flippy. So right here, the issue is that you have 270 gold, but you don't have any control wards. So in this situation, I would have a double control ward for the Drake.
Yeah.
We need to remember control wards as well. So this play right here, I think, is very risky and very unnecessary because the Drake is not even up. And since you don't have evolve, then you're gonna be forced to flash out if you're gonna go for this. If you really want to go for this play, like use the blast cone to jump over and walk into the bush. But even then, like you just don't have any vision, so you don't know like how many are in here. Are they in here? Are they in here? Are they up here?
Right.
Like they could be basically anywhere that they want. Again, because now they have the river control, which makes it super scary for you to enter. So yeah, I'll just not make this play. Because the most important thing as a jungler is just not dying. Like, or actually the most important thing is being efficient with your time and your resources. So, if you trade 1-for-1 against a laner, you might think, oh, that's worth for me. But it's actually not worth, because in the meantime, while you're dead, the enemy jungler can invade your jungle camps, and then you're basically behind. So it's just all about being time efficient. Don't waste too much time on ganks. Like a gank should at max take 15 seconds from you started till it's finished. At max. Mostly just 10 seconds, to be honest. So don't like do like lane ganks where you have to wait 30 seconds or to gank, because it's just not worth it. Because the enemy jungler is just going to be a level ahead of you if you waste 30 seconds onto a play. So yeah, being efficient with time is really important. And then second most important thing is just not dying. So especially like basically throughout the entire game, if you die as a laner, usually you'll be able to catch up some minions, for example. Where you can TP back to lane or something like that. Where you can catch like the next wave. But as jungler you can't do that, because the enemy jungler can counter jungle you, invade you, and then you have nothing. You have literally nothing to farm. And then you're forced to enter the enemy jungle if you want to get anything, but that's just risky for you. So it's just all about being efficient and not dying. Dying as little as possible. Of course, sometimes it's worth dying if you get something from it. But before objectives, just never die. Okay, we find a pick off here.
Gone. I don't know why, but that play doesn't look like I had no vision anywhere, and I just flash E'd onto like MF. Like I don't think that's something I would typically do if I was thinking about anything.
I mean, if you see the enemy ADC is solo farming, that's pretty much like a free kill. It will happen a lot in low elo. Here again, the red smite.
Yeah, I'd smite up. If I'd smited her, that would have been double kill for sure.
Yeah, most likely it would.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Okay, so right now I would do the same as before. Ward the Baron, make sure the enemy can't rush this, and then set up towards Drake. So this time you have double control, that's pretty good. The only thing I don't like about your build is the lucidity boots. I think these boots should have been plated steel caps, because there's no point in having lucidity boots with Q evolve, because you get cooldown refund anyway. So you getting 60% cooldown reduction on a 2-second ability. If you then make the ability from from 2 to 1.8, 60% of 1.8 is not that much compared to 60 seconds or 60% of 2. It doesn't make any sense to get Lucidity Boots with this build because you're not stacking any ability haste.
Okay.
I'll just go play the Steel Caps.
That's makes a lot of sense. Where are these E's?
Yeah, it's just because you don't have E here. It's a bit unfortunate.
No,
So again, you see the issue, you die, they get the objective. It's just
yeah.
all about not dying.
Shut down.
Oh man, this is so sad watching.
We get the souls, that's pretty much worth. But then end up dying again.
I'll be honest, I honestly did not know that Viego could one combo me like that. I don't.
I mean, you had time to E it, but it's because again you don't have Red Smite and you just use your W, so you can't get any HP back. So
Red team's inhibitors respawning soon.
I'm thinking if Serpent Fang is worth it, because the only shield they have is like set W.
Yeah.
I think a Sanguine Blade honestly would have been better, or even a Ghost Blade to be honest.
Sanguine Blade or a what?
Sanguine Blade or Ghost Blade?
Oh, Ghost Blade.
I think both of them would be better. If they had like a peel support that did shields, I think Serpent would be completely fine, but that's just not the case here. Oh, and then just a random death and they end the game.
Has been destroyed.
Yeah. So me dying at objectives, well, I mean, there were a lot of other things, but like that, I mean, looked to me like pretty much if I didn't die at like the soul point dragon really early on.
You need to press R, by the way.
Has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Flashing does nothing because you'll just jump to it. Yeah. So in this situation, when you're trying, there's basically two Kha Zix playstyles. So if you're really fat and can one-shot, then you make this type of flank where you come in from the side and go onto the enemy backline, where you go like this. Like, that's basically if you're fed. But since you're not fed this game, there's no point in making that play because you can't do it. You don't get anything from it. What you want to do is you want to stand here and then press W this way. Basically slow the enemy team. Make sure that set cannon gates make it harder for Viego. MF Senna to catch them. I mean, Katarina will just jump, so you can't do that much about her. But you can slow the other ones. So set will be a lot less useful. Viego, kind of the same thing. MF, kind of the same thing. Senna, kind of the same thing. And only Katarina will be strong. That's basically when you're not ahead and you're playing around your team. Then you stand with your team, slow the enemy. But yeah, then you just randomly die, the game is over. Because it's late game, enemy team had Baron buff. I don't know. And then ulti here, so you can't get daggered, so you can outrun her. Stuff like that. And then you just end the game.